Welcome back. This is part 15 of my crash landing series. Today's video, I am going to be making one hell of a storage system from Applied Energistics. It's an ME crafting terminal with ME drive and ME controller. I'm finally getting around to this because I am tired of having to go around my base for stuff such as ingots, pneumatic craft stuff, everything you can think of when it comes to crafting and building, eating, consuming, even dying. Just kidding, I don't know about dying, but now you might notice that the barrels are gone, and that's because I have moved them into separate storage areas for the time being, and most of these resources that I've collected are going into the smeltery. Right now I am making a crap ton of transistors and capacitors to make printed circuit boards, and this is going to allow me to craft some Applied Energistics stuff, which you will see in a second. First I gotta hurry up collecting all this stuff, but there you go. We have all this. That took probably like an hour or so. And the stack of circuit boards might be crazy, but Applied Energistics is pretty expensive. You'll see in a second. Now, right before this clip, I actually did crash by clicking the smeltery drain, and to fix that, I had to remove Optifine from the pack. Optifine was causing me a lot of problems in crash landing. It was supposed to optimize the game. Instead, it caused more bugs than intended. But yeah, we're not gonna worry about that. So right now I need to look at technological revolution, claim some pretty substandard rewards, I should say. And I do need to look into Applied Energistics. I'll get to this quest soon. So each one of those processors requires one of those logic boards. So it's going to take quite a bit. Especially when I want to get more storage going. But first I do need to make this ME chest along with a 1K storage cell, because it's part of the quest. Now I would craft 4K ones, but as I said already, I need it for the quest, so now it's kind of weird that I did creating life before technological revolution, but you know, the pack has no rules other than hardcore mode and making sure you complete everything legitimately using sync shell constructors instead of giving yourself lives, which is ridiculous. But yeah, I got that out of the way, and now I gotta make an ME drive and ME controller, which is basically in-game storage. There we go. Well, wait, I actually gotta craft these first. All this crafting is expensive, especially in my redstone. I keep running out of redstone from mods such as this mod, Applied Energistics, and Pneumatic Craft. Can never have enough redstone with anything. But yeah, I got that out of the way. And I do end up going with the 4K storage cell for items because I don't really need fluid. And I do end up going with storage cells. There's really no point in doing this in crush landing unless you're going way over the top and going crazy with quests and going beyond quests. But I'm not that person, so I'm just gonna go with the flow. Now I need to start building my ME system room, or the little area behind right here. It's pretty straightforward to set up. Just need to have these blocks connected to each other like this. You could also use flux cables, but I don't use that unless I make more drives, something like that. But right now I do want to make that crafting terminal. Now all I need to do is place this next to the controller. I'm going to place it on top. Now you did see there a loading animation. That meant that it was booting up. And now I have to make more storage just because I know I'm going to get a lot of items. And I'm going to have to put a lot of items into that ME system. So what I'm going to be doing is making 4K storage cells. It's going to take a lot of processors. Now we got some more storage, but eventually it's not going to be enough. I'm going to have to make some more. For now, it's okay. I really don't like this current setup. I want it to look a little nice. And I will change that shortly. Now this is the look I'm going for. I use blocks from a reactor and from my own ship. Though I need to raise it up a bit just because it is off-centered a little bit. Now what I'm doing here is I'm extending the walkway area, well, the area behind where my terminal is and all that applied energistics stuff. Making a little path because right now I don't have enough space. And the whole idea behind this area was to make it in the shape of the ship. It looks kind of ugly, I know, but it is what it is. Now, just to be clear, I will not be doing any auto crafting in this series. I don't think it's really necessary considering the fact that I could literally complete every single quest now and call it quits, but I still want to do a couple more things in this pack. There we go, that's the final look. It's dark right now, the system's offline. That's what it looks like offline because there's no power. I do end up rearranging the drive to be under the controller as you saw, but for now it works as is in its current form, and I am currently working on more storage and also more items to be crafted. Now here I'm just literally breaking chests, and I'm going to be putting these items into my storage system because I don't really care. I can just throw it in there and take it out when I need to. Now, right now, I'm relocating all my blocks, my machines, and items into the terminal and next to the terminal. I will consider this like the main area where I do most of my crafting and quest completion stuff. I will also put mob heads on top for decoration. Why not? I got a lot of these from exploring cities, so I just broke the mob chests or the mob drops. I'm gonna put everything in this ME terminal. There really is no reason to not put everything in here other than maybe the farming stuff, which I'll probably leave over there with a ME chest. I was thinking here, I did put a door, but I wanted to move my sink shell constructor away and into my main area. It's a little bit safer over here. And then I also had a chunk loader on top, so when I die, I do come back here and then my shell constructor will be loaded. Otherwise, it'd be a disaster for me. I'd probably lose the world if it wasn't for this chunk loader. Now I'm relocating the smeltery as well. I don't want everything on top anymore. I just want like farms maybe, and the grinder as well as a mob spawner pretty soon. I'll put these next to, or I should say behind the ingot smelter. The ingot smelter. As I said, I'm moving the smeltery over here. Now after doing all that moving, I'm gonna start doing more quests. And I'm speedrunning a lot of these quests because one, they're easy, and two, I want to work on some other projects before I call it quits on this pack. But it is pretty cool seeing myself progress legitimately through this pack, because I remember struggling for years in this easy pack. It's actually not that hard. Just gotta be safe and aware of what you're doing at all times. I mean, actually now I don't think it's too necessary, but in the early game you gotta be careful what you're doing. Now here I'm relocating all these machine stuff. Well, I guess it wouldn't say machine stuff, but stuff that produces water, witch water, soul sand, lava, netherrack, obsidian, cobblestone. I'm gonna have most of these things in the bottom layer, basement area, along with all my other machines, just so it's easier and safer from gas. Now I do have to end up making several trips because I do have a lot of obsidian, just the way it is. Now I'm doing the painful process of relocating all of my ingots. I don't show everything, but I do eventually relocate everything. Now I'm going to be working on this other quest that involves turning in one bucket of different buckets of stuff. Some of it's kind of weird, like liquefied coal, thermal melting, different liquids. Now, gelic cryophium was a little bit tricky, but then I realized I have cryophium dust. It's just very expensive because you need 10 as one piece of cryophium dust only gives you 100 out of 1,000 millibuckets. But eventually, I do get that one bucket in, and that quest is, or at least that partial quest done. And then luckily I already have these resources as well, so I don't need to worry about it too much. And I do choose tesseract frames, because it's more expensive to make. And you need a circuit, logic expansion card. Tier 3, I guess. Well, tier 3, I mean 3 circuits. Alright, anyways, that's it for part 15, and I will see you in part 16. Later.